Welcome, gentle traveler, to the quietest corner of the night. Perhaps you are lying in bed, the world hushed around you, or maybe you are simply pausing, letting your thoughts drift like leaves on a slow, invisible current. Tonight, we will journey together, not with rockets or telescopes, but with wonder, toward one of the greatest mysteries of all. If the universe is expanding, what lies beyond? This is not a journey of engines and fuel, but of curiosity. We'll float on questions, letting them carry us outward, past the familiar constellations, beyond the reach of our sun, past the swirling arms of our galaxy, and into the deep, dark unknown. We'll ask questions that have haunted humanity for centuries. We'll listen for answers in the silence between the stars. Imagine for a moment the comfort of your room fading away. The walls dissolve, the ceiling lifts, and above you stretches the vast ancient sky. Stars blink softly, scattered across a canvas so deep it seems endless. But is it? Does the universe go on forever, or is there a boundary? A place where everything stops? What happens at the edge of the universe? And if the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into? Is there a beyond, or is the universe all there is? This is a question as old as wonder itself. For as long as there have been people to look up at the stars, there have been stories about what lies beyond. The edge is a mirror for our longing, a canvas for our wonder, a gentle invitation to ask, what if? The night sky is not just a ceiling, it is a horizon, a boundary between the known and the unknown, the safe and the mysterious. It is the first edge we ever meet. As you settle in, know that this space is for you, a place where science and imagination meet, where your mind can rest even as it wanders. Take a slow breath. Let the night wrap around you. The universe is waiting, and together we'll drift into its gentle darkness. But before we go, let's pause and look up. The journey begins not with a leap, but with a gaze, a simple act of wonder. What do you see when you look at the night sky? And what secrets does it hold about the nature of darkness and light? The night sky is the oldest storybook, its pages turned by every generation that has ever looked up in wonder. Before there were telescopes, before there were maps or even words for the stars, there was the simple act of gazing upward, letting the eyes adjust to the darkness, and feeling the world grow larger with every blink. The sky above is not just a ceiling. It is a horizon, a boundary between the known and the unknown, the safe and the mysterious. It is the first edge we ever meet. Imagine yourself lying on cool grass, the earth solid beneath you, the air tinged with the scent of night. Above, the sky stretches on and on, a deep velvet scattered with pinpricks of light. Some stars are bright and bold, others faint and shy, but all of them are ancient. Their light has traveled years, centuries, even millennia to reach you. Each star is a messenger from the past, a silent witness to the birth and death of worlds. For our ancestors, the night sky was a map and a mystery. They traced patterns in the stars, drawing lines between them to create stories. Hunters and bears, queens and dragons, heroes and monsters. These constellations became guides for travelers, calendars for farmers, and comfort for dreamers. The sky was a clock, a compass, a canvas for the imagination. But it was also a horizon, a place where the world seemed to end and something else, something vast and unknowable, began. In every culture, the edge of the sky was a place of wonder and fear. Some believed the stars were holes in a great dome, letting the light of heaven shine through. Others imagined the sky as a river, its currents carrying the souls of the departed to distant shores. There were stories of gods who lived beyond the stars, of monsters who lurked at the edge, of heroes who dared to journey past the horizon and never returned. The night sky was both a promise and a warning. There is more than you can see, more than you can know. As science grew, so did our sense of the horizon. The invention of the telescope revealed that the sky was not a dome, but a vast expanse filled with countless stars, each a sun in its own right. The The Milky Way, once thought to be a river of milk spilled across the heavens, was revealed to be a galaxy, a swirling city of stars, billions strong. And beyond our galaxy, more galaxies, each one a universe of its own, scattered across the darkness like islands in a cosmic sea. But even as our vision expanded, the sense of horizon remained. No matter how far we see, there is always a limit, a place where the light grows faint, where the stars blur into mist, where the questions outnumber the answers. The night sky is a reminder that every discovery brings a new edge, a new boundary to explore. Tonight, as you look up, let your eyes wander from star to star. Notice how some twinkle and others shine steady. Notice the way the sky seems to curve, wrapping around you like a gentle embrace. This is your first horizon, the edge of your world. Beyond it lies the unknown, the uncharted, the infinite. But the horizon is not just out there in the sky. It is also within you, in the questions you ask, in the dreams you dare to dream. Every time you wonder what lies beyond the stars, you are reaching for the edge, stretching your mind to meet the universe. The night sky is both a mirror and a window, a reflection of your own curiosity, and a portal to something greater. As you breathe in the quiet of the night, remember that you are not alone. All over the world, people are looking up at the same sky, tracing the same constellations, asking the same questions. The horizon connects us, across time and space, across cultures and generations. It is the place where our stories begin, and where they are always unfolding. The night sky is patient. It waits for you to notice, to wonder, to ask. It does not rush. It does not demand. It simply is. A gentle invitation to explore, to imagine, to rest in the presence of something vast and beautiful. And so, as you lie here, let the horizon draw you in. Let it remind you that the universe is not a closed room, but an open field. That every edge is a beginning, not an end. That the night sky is not just a backdrop for your life, but a companion on your journey. The night sky is more than a ceiling above our heads. It is a window, a portal, a gentle invitation to look beyond ourselves and into the vastness of everything. When you gaze upward on a clear night, you are not just seeing stars. You are peering into the depths of time and space, into the very heart of the universe's story. Each point of light is a messenger from the past, a silent witness to the birth and death of worlds, a reminder that the universe is always in motion, always expanding, always becoming something new. For thousands of years, people have looked up and wondered what lies beyond the stars. The sky has been a source of comfort and curiosity, a place where questions are born and dreams take flight. Ancient astronomers mapped the heavens, tracing the paths of planets and the cycles of the moon. They built monuments to mark the solstices, temples aligned with the rising of certain stars, calendars that followed the dance of the constellations. The night sky was their guide, their clock, their compass, their storybook. But the sky is not just a map of the past. It is a window to infinity. When you look up, you are seeing light that has traveled for years, centuries, even millennia to reach you. The nearest star, Proxima Centauri, is more than 4 light years away. The glow of Sirius, the brightest star in our sky, began its journey over 8 years ago. The light from the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest galactic neighbor, left its home more than 2 million years before it touched your eyes. And the faintest galaxies, shimmering at the edge of the observable universe, sent their light billions of years ago, long before Earth was born. This is the magic of the night sky. It is a time machine, a living record, a tapestry woven from the threads of light and time. Each star you see is a survivor, a witness to the unfolding of the universe, a companion in the darkness. The sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the stories of a million suns, each one shining, each one waiting, each one calling you to wonder. But the sky is also a window to infinity in another sense. It is a reminder that the universe is not just vast, but unbounded. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. The edge of the universe is always moving, always receding, always inviting us to follow, to ask, to imagine. The night sky is a gentle teacher, a patient guide, a source of endless curiosity. As you lie here, let yourself feel the pull of the stars. Imagine the journey each photon has taken, from the heart of a distant sun, across the vastness of space, through the veils of dust and gas, finally to your eye. Think of the patience of the universe, the quiet persistence of light, the gentle unfolding of time. The sky is not just a backdrop for your life. It is a window to infinity, a reminder that you are part of something larger, something eternal, something filled with hope. The night sky is also a place of connection. All over the world, people are looking up at the same stars, tracing the same constellations, asking the same questions. The sky is a bridge between cultures, between generations, between the past and the future. It is a place where stories are shared, where dreams are born, where the human spirit finds its wings. But the sky is not always clear. Sometimes clouds drift across the stars, veiling their light, softening their glow. Sometimes the moon rises, washing the sky with silver, hiding the faintest stars. Sometimes city lights drown out the darkness, leaving only the brightest points of light. Yet even when the stars are hidden, the sky is still there, waiting, patient, eternal. The night sky is also a place of mystery. There are questions that have no easy answers, puzzles that have haunted astronomers for centuries. Why is the sky dark if the universe is filled with stars? What lies beyond the edge of the observable universe? Is the universe infinite, or does it have a boundary? What happens to light as it travels across the cosmos? These are the questions that keep us looking up, that keep us dreaming, that keep us searching for meaning in the gentle dark. As you rest, let the night sky be your window to infinity. Let it fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being alive in a universe that is always growing, always changing, always inviting you to dream. The sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with light, with memory, with hope. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, imagine yourself floating among the stars, carried by the gentle current of the universe's expansion. Let the light of distant suns fill you with peace, with curiosity, with the quiet assurance that you are part of something vast and beautiful. The night sky is your window to infinity, your invitation to explore, your reminder that the journey is never finished, the story is never complete, the adventure is always just beginning. And so as you lie here, let the sky hold your dreams, your questions, your wonder. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is always just beyond your reach. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of infinity, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The story of the expanding universe is one of the most profound discoveries in all of science, a revelation that changed not only our understanding of the cosmos, but our sense of place within it. For centuries, people believed the universe was eternal and unchanging, a fixed stage upon which the drama of stars and planets played out. The night sky seemed constant, the constellations unshifting, the heavens a perfect dome. But in the early 20th century, a quiet revolution began, and with it, the universe itself began to grow. It started with the patient work of astronomers, peering through their telescopes, mapping the positions of stars and nebulae, measuring the faint glow of distant galaxies. Among them was Edwin Hubble, a young astronomer with a keen eye and a restless curiosity. At the Mount Wilson Observatory in California, Hubble used the world's most powerful telescope to study the faint smudges of light that dotted the sky, objects then known as spiral nebulae. Were these clouds within our own galaxy, or were they island universes, vast collections of stars far beyond the Milky Way? Hubble's observations, and those of others, soon revealed the truth. These nebulae were galaxies, each one a swirling city of billions of stars, each one a world unto itself. The universe was far larger than anyone had imagined, filled with galaxies scattered across the darkness like islands in a cosmic sea. But Hubble's most important discovery was yet to come. By measuring the light from these galaxies, Hubble noticed something strange. The light was stretched, shifted toward the red end of the spectrum, a phenomenon known as redshift. The farther away a galaxy was, the more its light was redshifted. This was not just a curiosity, it was a clue, a cosmic fingerprint, a sign that the galaxies were moving away from us. The universe, it seemed, was expanding. This discovery was revolutionary. It meant that the universe was not static, not eternal, but dynamic, alive, always changing. The galaxies were not fixed in place, but drifting apart, carried by the gentle tide of cosmic expansion. The farther away a galaxy, the faster it receded, a relationship now known as Hubble's law. The universe was growing, stretching, unfolding like a vast living canvas. But what does it mean for the universe to expand? It is not that galaxies are flying through space, racing away from some central point. Rather, it is space itself that is stretching, carrying galaxies along like raisins in a rising loaf of bread. There is no center, no edge, only the endless unfolding of space and time. Every observer, wherever they are, sees the same expansion, the same gentle drift of galaxies into the distance. The discovery of expansion raised new questions, new mysteries, new dreams. If the universe is expanding, what lies beyond? Is there an edge, a boundary, a place where the universe ends and something else begins? Or does the universe stretch on forever, infinite and unbounded, a sea without a shore? What is the universe expanding into? Is there an outside, or is the universe all there is? These questions are not just scientific, they are philosophical, poetic, deeply human. They invite us to look beyond the limits of our knowledge, to imagine what might lie beyond the horizon, to dream of worlds and realities we cannot yet see. The expanding universe is a gentle reminder that every answer is a beginning, every discovery a doorway, every mystery an invitation to wonder. As you lie here, let yourself marvel at the discovery of expansion. Think of the patience of the astronomers, the quiet persistence of light, the gentle unfolding of time. The universe is not just a place, it is a story, a journey, a living record of change and possibility. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the memory of expansion, the promise of growth, the quiet hope that every moment is a step on the road to infinity. The discovery of expansion also changed our understanding of time. If the universe is growing, it must have had a beginning, a moment when everything was closer together, hotter, denser. This idea led to the theory of the Big Bang, the notion that the universe began as a single point, a burst of energy and possibility, a cosmic dawn that set everything in motion. The universe is not eternal but young, still unfolding, still becoming. Tonight, as you rest, let the story of expansion fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being part of something vast and beautiful. The universe is always growing, always changing, always inviting you to dream. The night sky is your window to infinity, your invitation to explore, your reminder that the journey is never finished, the story is never complete, the adventure is always just beginning. And so, as you lie here, let the sky hold your dreams, your questions, your wonder. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is always just beyond your reach. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of expansion, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The universe speaks in the language of light, and one of its most profound messages is written in the subtle stretching of starlight. This message is called redshift, and it is the key to understanding the expansion of the cosmos. When Edwin Hubble first noticed that the light from distant galaxies was shifted toward the red end of the spectrum, he was seeing the universe's expansion written in color, a cosmic fingerprint, a gentle clue that space itself was growing. But what does redshift really mean? Imagine a train moving away from you, its whistle dropping in pitch as it recedes. This is the Doppler effect, and it happens with sound as well as with light. When a galaxy moves away from us, The light waves it emits are stretched, making them appear redder. The faster the galaxy moves, the greater the redshift. Hubble realized that the farther away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to be moving away from us. This relationship, distance and speed, became known as Hubble's law. Hubble's law is simple, but its implications are vast. It tells us that the universe is not static, but expanding. Every galaxy is moving away from every other galaxy, carried along by the stretching of space itself. There is no center, no special place from which everything is fleeing. Instead, the universe is like a rising loaf of bread, with raisins, galaxies, moving apart as the dough, space, expands. No matter where you are in the loaf, you see the same expansion, the same gentle drift of galaxies into the distance. The redshift is more than just a measure of speed, it is a measure of time. The farther away a galaxy is, the longer its light has been traveling to reach us. When we observe a galaxy, 1 billion light years away, we are seeing it as it was 1 billion years ago. The redshift is a time machine, a way to look back into the history of the universe, to witness the birth and growth of galaxies, to see the cosmos as it once was. But redshift is also a gentle thief. As light travels across the expanding universe, its waves are stretched, its energy faded. What began as a brilliant blue blaze may reach us as a faint red whisper, a ghost of its former self. Some light is stretched so much that it slips beyond the visible, becoming infrared or even radio waves, lost to our eyes but not to our instruments. The universe is filled with this faded light, a gentle glow that fills the darkness, a reminder that every journey leaves its mark. Hubble's law and the redshift are not just scientific tools, they are invitations to wonder. They remind us that the universe is always changing, always growing, always moving forward. The night sky is not a static picture, but a living story, a record of expansion and possibility. Every star you see, every galaxy you glimpse is part of this grand unfolding, this endless journey toward the unknown. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the journey of a single photon, a particle of light, born in the heart of a distant star. It travels for millions or billions of years, crossing the vast emptiness of space, dodging dust and gas, slipping through the gravity of other stars and planets. Along the way, the universe itself stretches, pulling the photon's wave longer and longer, shifting its color, fading its energy. By the time it reaches your eye, it is a survivor, a messenger from the past, a witness to the expansion of everything. The redshift is also a reminder of our place in the cosmos. We are not at the center, not the focus of the universe's attention. We are part of the story, carried along by the same expansion, subject to the same laws, connected to the same history. The universe is vast, but it is also intimate, woven together by the gentle stretching of light, the quiet persistence of time. Hubble's discovery changed everything. It showed us that the universe had a beginning, a moment when everything was closer together, hotter, denser. It led to the theory of the Big Bang, the idea that the universe began as a single point, a burst of energy and possibility, a cosmic dawn that set everything in motion. The redshift is the echo of that beginning, the gentle fading of the first light, the quiet promise that the universe is always becoming, always expanding, always new. Tonight as you rest, let the story of redshift fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being part of something vast and beautiful. The universe is always growing, always changing, always inviting you to dream. The night sky is your window to infinity, your invitation to explore, your reminder that the journey is never finished, the story is never complete, the adventure is always just beginning. And so, as you lie here, let the sky hold your dreams, your questions, your wonder. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is always just beyond your reach. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of expansion, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. Sometimes the universe's grandest ideas are best understood with the simplest images. To visualize the expansion of the universe, astronomers often turn to a humble object, a balloon. Imagine for a moment that the universe is the surface of a balloon, and you are a tiny explorer living on that surface. The balloon is not filled with stars and galaxies, but with dots drawn on its skin. Each dot is a galaxy, and the space between them is the fabric of the universe itself. Now, picture the balloon being slowly inflated. As it grows, the surface stretches, and every dot moves away from every other dot. There is no single center on the surface, no special place from which the expansion begins. Instead, every point sees every other point receding, just as we observe, galaxies moving away from us in every direction. The balloon analogy is not perfect, but it captures the essence of cosmic expansion. Space itself is stretching, carrying galaxies along for the ride. This image helps us understand why the universe has no edge, no boundary, no outside. If you lived on the surface of the balloon, you could travel forever without ever finding an edge. You would simply circle around, returning to your starting point, never leaving the universe, never reaching a wall. The expansion is not into something else. It is the stretching of space itself, the gentle unfolding of the cosmic fabric. But the balloon analogy also raises new questions. If the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into? Is there an outside to the universe, a place beyond the surface of the balloon? In the analogy, the balloon exists in three-dimensional space, but our universe is not expanding into a higher dimension, at least not in any way we can observe. The expansion is intrinsic, a property of space itself, not a movement through some external void. The balloon also helps us understand why every observer sees the same expansion. No matter where you are on the surface, you see all other dots moving away from you. There is no privileged position, no cosmic center. The universe looks the same in every direction, from every vantage point, a principle known as the cosmological principle. This symmetry is one of the universe's most beautiful features, a gentle reminder that we are not at the center, but part of the whole. As the balloon expands, the distance between dots grows, and the farther apart two dots are, the faster they move away from each other. This is Hubble's law in action, written on the skin of the balloon. The expansion is not about galaxies flying through space, but about space itself growing, stretching, making room for more stories, more dreams, more possibilities. But the balloon analogy has its limits. Our universe is not a two-dimensional surface, but a three-dimensional space, or perhaps more, if extra dimensions exist. The analogy cannot capture the full richness of cosmic expansion, the subtle interplay of gravity, dark energy, and the fabric of space-time. Yet, it is a starting point, a way to picture the invisible, to make sense of the unimaginable. The balloon also invites us to think about the fate of the universe. If the expansion continues, the dots will move farther and farther apart, the surface will grow ever larger, and the universe will become colder, darker, more lonely. If the expansion slows and reverses, the balloon will shrink, the dots will come together, and the universe will end in a cosmic collapse. The future is written in the stretching of space, the gentle inflation of the cosmic balloon. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the universe as a balloon, gently expanding, carrying you and every star, every galaxy, every dream outward into the unknown. Picture the surface stretching, the dots drifting apart, the fabric of space unfolding like a story with no final page. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of expansion, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The balloon analogy also reminds us that the universe is not just a place, but a process, a living, breathing, growing thing. The expansion is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey, a gentle unfolding that began with the Big Bang and continues to this day. The universe is always becoming, always changing, always reaching for the next horizon. Tonight, as you rest, let the image of the balloon fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being part of something vast and beautiful. The universe is always growing, always changing, always inviting you to dream. The night sky is your window to infinity, your invitation to explore, your reminder that the journey is never finished, the story is never complete, the adventure is always just beginning. And so, as you lie here, let the sky hold your dreams, your questions, your wonder. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is always just beyond your reach. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of expansion, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. Imagine yourself floating at the center of a vast, invisible sphere, a bubble that stretches out in every direction, farther than you can truly comprehend. This is your observable universe, the cosmic bubble defined not by walls or boundaries, but by the reach of light and the limits of time. It is not arrogance to place yourself at the center. It is simply the way the universe works for every observer, everywhere. Each of us, wherever we are, is surrounded by a horizon, a limit to how far we can see, a personal edge to the cosmos. But why is there an edge at all? Why can't we see forever? The answer lies in the nature of light and the story of time. Light, the universe's swiftest messenger, travels at a speed so great it is almost beyond comprehension, about 300,000 kilometers every second. Yet even this speed is not infinite. When you look at the stars, you are not seeing them as they are, but as they were. The farther away a star or galaxy, the older the image you receive. Some of the starlight that touches your eyes tonight began its journey before you were born, before your grandparents were born, before humans even walked the earth. The observable universe is defined by the age of the cosmos itself. Our universe is about 13.8 billion years old. That means the farthest light we can see has been traveling for nearly 14 billion years. But the story is even stranger. Because the universe has been expanding all this time, the most distant objects we can see now are actually much farther away than 14 billion light years. In fact, the edge of our observable universe is about 46 billion light years from us in every direction. This is not a trick of the eye, but a consequence of space itself stretching, carrying galaxies away on a tide that never stops. Imagine the observable universe as a glowing sphere centered on you, with a radius of 46 billion light years. Everything inside this bubble is part of your cosmic story. Every galaxy, every star, every wisp of gas that has ever sent its light in your direction is included. Beyond this edge, there may be more, much more, but their light has not had time to reach you. They are hidden, not by distance alone, but by the limits of time and the relentless expansion of space. This bubble is not fixed. As time passes, more light arrives, and the edge of our observable universe expands. But there are limits. Some regions are moving away from us so quickly, carried by the expansion of space itself, that their light will never reach us, no matter how long we wait. These places are lost to us, their stories forever untold, their light forever unseen. It is a humbling thought. The universe is not only vast, but also veiled. There are places we will never know, not because we lack the technology, but because the laws of nature themselves have drawn a curtain. The observable universe is our stage, our arena of discovery, our cosmic home. But it is not the whole story. As you rest, imagine yourself at the center of this cosmic bubble. All around you, the universe stretches outward, filled with galaxies, stars, and mysteries. Each point of light is a message from the past, a memory of a time when the universe was younger, denser, hotter. The farther you look, the farther back in time you see, until, at the very edge, you glimpse the faint afterglow of creation itself, the cosmic microwave background, the oldest light in the universe. But even within this bubble, there are wonders beyond counting. The observable universe contains at least 2 trillion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. It is a number so large it defies imagination, a sea of worlds and possibilities, a reminder that the universe is both generous and mysterious. And, yet, for all its immensity, the observable universe is also intimate. It is the story of your own journey through space and time, the record of every photon that has ever touched your eyes, every star that has ever sparked your wonder. It is a personal horizon, shaped by your place in the cosmos, your moment in history, your unique perspective. The edge of the observable universe is not a wall, but a horizon, a place where our vision fades, not because there is nothing beyond, but because the universe is too vast, too swift, too strange for light to bridge the gap. It is a gentle boundary, a soft blur where knowledge gives way to imagination, where certainty dissolves into possibility. As you lie here, let your thoughts drift outward, past the familiar stars, past the bright swirl of the Milky Way, past the distant galaxies that shine like tiny lanterns in the dark. Let your mind travel to the very edge of sight, to the place where the universe becomes a question, a hope, a dream. What lies beyond the observable universe? Is there more to the cosmos than we can see? Are there other worlds, other stories, other edges waiting to be discovered? The answers are hidden for now, beyond the reach of light, beyond the reach of time. But the journey does not end here. The edge of the observable universe is not the end of the story, but the beginning of a new chapter. A place where curiosity takes flight, where wonder finds its wings, where the adventure of discovery is always just beginning. So rest easy, traveler. The universe is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, how far can we see? And in that question, the journey continues. There is a place in the universe where vision blurs, where certainty dissolves into possibility, and where the known world quietly hands you over to the unknown. This place is not marked by a wall or a sign, but by a horizon, a gentle, invisible boundary where sight fades and questions begin. In the language of the cosmos, this is the cosmic horizon, the ultimate edge of what we can ever see or know. Imagine standing on a quiet beach at dawn, watching the ocean stretch to the horizon. No matter how far you walk, the horizon always stays ahead, always just out of reach. The universe has a horizon too, a cosmic boundary, not of water and sky, but of space and time. It is the farthest distance from which light, emitted now, will ever reach us in the future. It's not a wall, not a barrier you could touch, but a limit set by the universe's expansion. Beyond this horizon, galaxies drift away so quickly that their light, even if it started its journey today, would never arrive. This is the cosmological event horizon, a concept as beautiful as it is humbling. It is a moving target, shaped by the speed of light and the rate of expansion. It is the ultimate boundary of our knowledge, a line drawn not in space, but in possibility. There are places in the universe that are forever hidden from us, not because they are too far, but because the universe itself is growing too fast. The horizon is a moving target, shaped by the speed of light and the rate of expansion. It is the ultimate boundary of our knowledge, a line drawn not in space, but in possibility. As you lie here, let your mind drift to that horizon. Picture, it is a gentle curve wrapping around the universe, holding within it all that we can ever see, ever know. Beyond it, the universe continues, silent and mysterious, its secrets safe from our gaze. But what does it mean to have a horizon in the universe? It means that there are regions of space that are forever beyond our reach, not just now, but for all time. Even if we waited for billions or trillions of years, the light from those distant places would never arrive. The expansion of space is simply too fast, the gulf too wide, the rules of nature too strict. The cosmic horizon is not a failure of technology or imagination. It is a fundamental feature of reality itself. This horizon is not fixed. It moves as the universe evolves, as space stretches, as time flows. In the early universe, the horizon was much closer, the bubble of the observable universe much smaller. As the cosmos expanded, the horizon receded, revealing more and more of the universe's wonders. But there will always be a limit, a place where sight fades, where the story slips beyond our grasp. The cosmic horizon is a place of paradox. It is both the edge of our knowledge and the beginning of our curiosity. It is a boundary that invites us to wonder what lies beyond, to imagine worlds and stories that we can never see. It is a gentle reminder that the universe is larger than our understanding, that there are mysteries that will always remain just out of reach. But the horizon is not empty. It is filled with the faintest glimmers of light, the last whispers of distant galaxies, the soft glow of the cosmic microwave background. It is a place where the universe's oldest secrets are kept, where the past and the future meet in a dance of light and shadow. As you rest, imagine yourself standing at the edge of the cosmic horizon. The sky above is filled with stars, but at the very edge, the light grows thin, the galaxies grow faint, the darkness deepens. Beyond that, there is only silence, only possibility, only the gentle hum of the unknown. The cosmic horizon is not a place to fear, but a place to celebrate. It is the proof that the universe is alive, that it is growing, that it is filled with more than we can ever know. It is the invitation to dream, to ask, to reach beyond the limits of sight and into the realm of imagination. And so, as you lie here, let the horizon draw you in. Let it remind you that every edge is a beginning, not an end. That the universe is not a closed room, but an open field. That the night sky is not just a backdrop for your life, but a companion on your journey. What will you find if you follow the horizon? What stories will you tell? What mysteries will you uncover? The cosmic horizon is waiting, and the edge is always just a little farther than you can see. Let your thoughts drift outward, past the familiar stars, past the constellations you know by heart, toward the faintest glimmers at the edge of sight. There in the darkness, the universe is calling. There at the horizon, your journey truly begins. And as you rest, know that the cosmic horizon will keep watch, holding your questions, your dreams, your gentle wonder, until you are ready to travel farther, toward the next edge, the next horizon, the next great unknown. The word beyond is simple, but in cosmology, it is a doorway to some of the deepest mysteries and most mind-bending ideas in all of science. When we ask, what lies beyond the universe, or what is beyond the cosmic horizon, we are not just asking about distance or direction. We are asking about the very nature of reality, about the limits of space, time, and imagination. In everyday life, beyond is easy to picture. Beyond the hill is a valley. Beyond the ocean is another shore. Beyond the city is the countryside. But the universe is not like a landscape you can walk across. It is not a box with walls or a balloon floating in a larger room. The universe is everything: space, time, matter, energy, and the laws that govern them. When we ask what is beyond, we are asking if there is an outside to everything, or if the universe is all there is. Cosmologists have wrestled with this question for centuries. Some have imagined the universe as infinite, stretching on forever in every direction, with no edge, no boundary, no outside. In this view, beyond simply means more universe, more stars, more galaxies, more space, without end. Others have pictured the universe as finite but unbounded, like the surface of a sphere. If you travel far enough in one direction, you eventually return to where you started, never encountering an edge, never leaving the universe, but always moving within it. But what about the expansion of the universe? If space itself is stretching, what is it stretching into? Is there a larger space outside our universe, a cosmic room in which the universe grows? The answer, as strange as it may seem, is no, at least not in any way we can observe or measure. The expansion is intrinsic, a property of space itself, not a movement through some external void. The universe is not expanding into anything. It is simply expanding. This can be a difficult idea to grasp because our minds are shaped by experience in a three-dimensional world. We are used to things having insides and outsides, edges and boundaries. But the universe is not a thing in space, it is space itself. When cosmologists talk about beyond, they are often talking about regions of the universe that are beyond our ability to see or reach, not places outside the universe itself. There are other ways to think about beyond in cosmology. One is to consider the possibility of a multiverse, a collection of many universes, each with its own space, time, and laws of physics. In this view, our universe is just one bubble in a vast cosmic foam, and beyond means other universes, other realities, other stories unfolding in parallel to our own. These universes may be forever out of reach, separated from us by barriers we cannot cross, but their existence is a tantalizing possibility. Another way to think about beyond is to consider higher dimensions. Our universe has 3 dimensions, of space and one of time. But some theories suggest there may be more, hidden dimensions curled up so tightly that we cannot perceive them. In this view, beyond could mean moving into these extra dimensions, exploring realms that are as real as our own, but invisible to our senses. But perhaps the most profound meaning of beyond is philosophical. It is the recognition that there are limits to what we can know, to what we can see, to what we can imagine. The cosmic horizon is not just a boundary in space, but a boundary in knowledge, a place where certainty gives way to curiosity, where science meets wonder, where questions become dreams. As you lie here, let yourself ponder the meaning of beyond. Imagine the universe as a vast, boundless ocean with no shore, no edge, no outside. Picture yourself as a traveler, sailing ever outward, always discovering, never arriving at the end. Or imagine the universe as a bubble, floating in a sea of other bubbles, each one a universe, each one a story, each one a possibility. The word beyond is an invitation, a gentle reminder that the universe is always larger than our understanding, always more mysterious than our knowledge, always more beautiful than our imagination. It is a call to explore, to question, to dream. Tonight, as you rest, let the idea of beyond fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The universe is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, what lies beyond? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to explore the possible shapes of the universe itself. Is it flat, open, or closed? Does its shape tell us anything about what lies beyond? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. When we look up at the night sky, it's easy to imagine the universe as a vast, endless expanse, flat and infinite, stretching forever in every direction. But cosmologists know that the true shape of the universe is a question both subtle and profound, one that shapes our understanding of what beyond might mean. Is the universe flat, open, or closed? And what does each possibility reveal about the cosmos and its ultimate fate? To explore this question, let's begin with a simple idea: geometry. In our everyday world, we're used to flat surfaces, tables, floors, sheets of paper. On a flat surface, the rules of Euclidean geometry hold true. Parallel lines never meet. The angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees, and you can keep walking in a straight line forever without ever returning to your starting point. If the universe is flat, then space behaves this way on the largest scales, and the cosmos could be infinite, with no edge, no boundary, no outside. But there are other possibilities. Imagine the surface of a sphere, like the Earth. On a sphere, parallel lines eventually meet, and the angles of a triangle add up to more than 180 degrees. If you keep walking in a straight line, you'll eventually return to where you started, having circled the globe. In cosmology, a closed universe is like this: a finite space with no edge, no boundary, but a kind of cosmic loop. In a closed universe, if you traveled far enough in one direction, you could, in theory, end up back where you began, never encountering an edge, never leaving the universe. Now imagine a saddle, curving downward in every direction. This is the shape of an open universe, where parallel lines diverge, and the angles of a triangle add up to less than 180 degrees. In an open universe, space is infinite, but it curves away from itself, expanding forever, growing ever larger and ever emptier. How do we know which shape describes our universe? The answer lies in the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, and in the way galaxies cluster and light bends as it travels through space. By measuring these patterns, astronomers have discovered that the universe is astonishingly close to flat. On the largest scales, space does not curve noticeably in either direction. This suggests that the universe may be infinite, or at least so large that its curvature is beyond our ability to detect. But even a flat universe can be finite if it wraps around itself in higher dimensions, like the surface of a torus or a video game world where moving off one edge brings you back on the other side. The true shape of the universe may be more complex than any simple analogy can capture, a tapestry woven from the fabric of space and time, shaped by the interplay of matter, energy, and the laws of physics. The shape of the universe is not just a mathematical curiosity, it has profound implications for the fate of everything. In a closed universe, gravity could eventually halt the expansion, causing the cosmos to collapse in a big crunch, a fiery end that mirrors its beginning. In an open or flat universe, expansion continues forever. Galaxies drift apart, stars burn out, and the universe grows cold and dark, a big freeze where time stretches on without end. But the shape of the universe also shapes our sense of beyond. In a closed universe, there is no edge, no outside, only the endless loop of space. In an open or flat universe, there is still no edge, but space stretches on forever, with no boundary, no wall, no final horizon. The universe is all there is, and beyond is a question that leads us back to the beginning, to the nature of space itself. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the universe as a vast, curved surface, a living geometry that shapes the journey of every photon, every planet, every dream. Picture yourself as a traveler, moving through space, tracing the lines of the cosmos, feeling the gentle curve beneath your feet. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of discovery, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The shape of the universe is a gentle reminder that reality is always larger than our understanding, always more mysterious than our knowledge, always more beautiful than our imagination. It is a call to explore, to question, to dream. Tonight, as you rest, let the idea of the universe's shape fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The cosmos is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, what is the shape of everything? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to ask about the universe's edge. Is there a boundary? What happens at the end of space? Or is the universe truly boundless, with no outside at all? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. When we think of an edge, we often imagine a cliff, a wall, a place where something ends and something else begins. But when it comes to the universe, the idea of an edge is far more mysterious and far more poetic. Is there a boundary to the universe? If you could travel forever in one direction, would you eventually reach a wall, a void, or perhaps something stranger still? To answer this, let's return to the analogy of the balloon. If you live on the surface of a balloon, there is no edge you can reach. You can walk in any direction, circle the balloon endlessly, and never find a boundary. The surface is finite, but unbounded. In the same way, if our universe is closed, curved like a higher dimensional sphere, then there is no edge, no outside, no place where the universe ends. You could travel forever and always remain within the universe, looping back on yourself in a cosmic journey with no final destination. But what if the universe is flat or open, stretching on forever? In this case, there is still no edge, but for a different reason. Space simply continues, without boundary, without limit, without a final frontier. The universe is all there is, and beyond is not a place you can reach, but a concept that stretches the imagination. There is no wall, no curtain, no cosmic fence. The universe is not a box floating in a larger room. It is the room itself, the space in which all things exist. Some people imagine the universe as an expanding bubble, growing into a larger space. But in modern cosmology, the universe is not expanding into anything. The expansion is intrinsic, a stretching of space itself, not a movement through an external void. There is no outside to the universe, at least not in any way we can observe or measure. The universe is self-contained, a reality with no beyond. But what about the observable universe, the bubble of space from which light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang? This bubble does have an edge, but it is not a physical boundary. It is a horizon, a limit set by the speed of light and the age of the cosmos. Beyond this horizon, there may be more galaxies, more stars, more wonders. But their light has not yet arrived, and may never do so. The edge of the observable universe is not the edge of the universe itself. It is the edge of our vision, the boundary of our knowledge, the place where certainty gives way to curiosity. The idea of a boundary also raises questions about the nature of space and time. If the universe had a beginning, a moment when space and time themselves were born, then what, if anything, came before? Is there a before the Big Bang? Or is time itself a property of the universe, with no meaning outside it? These are questions that stretch the limits of science and philosophy. Questions that remind us that the universe is always larger, always stranger, always more mysterious than we can imagine. Some theories suggest that our universe may be part of a larger multiverse, a collection of many universes, each with its own space, time, and laws of physics. In this view, our universe is a bubble in a cosmic foam, and beyond means other universes, other realities, other stories unfolding in parallel to our own. But these universes may be forever out of reach, separated from us by barriers we cannot cross, their existence a tantalizing possibility, but not a certainty. The search for the universe's edge is also a search for meaning. It is a journey into the unknown, a quest to understand not just where we are, but who we are, and what it means to exist in a cosmos without boundaries. The edge is not a place, but a question, a gentle invitation to wonder, to dream, to explore. You lie here. Let yourself imagine traveling to the edge of the universe. Picture yourself moving through galaxies, past stars and nebulae, past the farthest reaches of the observable cosmos. What would you find? Would you encounter a wall, a void, a shimmering veil, or would you simply keep going forever and ever with no end in sight? The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of discovery, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The universe's edge is a gentle reminder that reality is always larger than our understanding, always more mysterious than our knowledge, always more beautiful than our imagination. It is a call to explore, to question, to dream. Tonight, as you rest, let the idea of the universe's edge fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The cosmos is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, what lies at the end of everything? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to explore the possibility of other universes, the multiverse. Could there be realities beyond our own? And if so, what might they be like? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. If the universe is expanding, what lies beyond? For centuries, this question has haunted the dreams of philosophers and scientists alike. In recent decades, a new and astonishing idea has emerged, a possibility so vast and strange that it stretches the imagination to its limits. This is the multiverse hypothesis, the notion that our universe, with its stars and galaxies, its laws and constants, is just one bubble in a cosmic sea of universes, each with its own story, its own rules, its own reality. Imagine, for a moment, that the universe you know, The stars, the galaxies, the cosmic horizon you have come to accept as the ultimate edge is only one chapter in a much larger book. Imagine that beyond the soft, unreachable boundary of our own cosmos, there are other universes, each with its own beginning, its own fate, its own version of space and time. Some may be like ours, filled with galaxies and stars, while others may be utterly alien, with different laws of physics, different dimensions, different possibilities. The multiverse is not a single theory, but a family of ideas, each more wondrous than the last. Some scientists imagine a cosmic landscape where universes bud off like droplets from a wave, each one expanding, evolving, and perhaps fading away. Others picture a branching tree, where every choice, every quantum possibility splits reality into new worlds, each one as real as our own. There are visions of infinite space, where universes are scattered like stars, each one forever out of reach, each one with its own horizon, its own edge. If the multiverse is real, then the edge of our universe is not the end, but a beginning, a doorway to other realities, other stories, other dreams. The unreachable beyond becomes a bridge, a gentle invitation to imagine what lies outside the boundaries of everything we know. But what would it mean to live in a multiverse? Would there be other versions of you, living other lives, making other choices? Would the laws of physics be the same? Or would they shift and shimmer, creating worlds where light moves at a different speed, where gravity is stronger or weaker, where stars burn blue or never form at all? The possibilities are endless, the questions infinite, the wonder boundless. The multiverse is not just a scientific idea, it is a playground for the imagination. It is the ultimate what if, the grandest stage for curiosity. It asks us to consider that the universe is not a single solitary thing, but part of a vast interconnected web of realities, each one as mysterious and beautiful as our own. Some theories suggest that new universes are born from the collapse of stars, or from the quantum foam at the smallest scales. Others propose that universes bud off from black holes, or that every choice, every possibility creates a new branch, a new world. In some visions, the multiverse is infinite, with universes popping into existence like bubbles in boiling water, each one expanding, colliding, merging, or drifting apart. But if there are other universes, can we ever reach them? Can we ever see their edges, touch their shores, hear their stories? The answer, for now, is no. The multiverse, if it exists, is hidden beyond the ultimate horizon, forever out of reach. The light from other universes cannot cross the gulf, cannot slip through the fabric of space and time. Their stories are their own, their edges forever separate from ours. Yet, for all its distance, the multiverse is a comfort. It means that the universe is never finished, never complete, never closed. There is always more to discover, more to imagine, more to love. The edge is not a barrier, but a promise. A gentle assurance that the journey never truly ends, that the story is always unfolding, that the next horizon is always waiting. As you lie here, let your thoughts drift beyond the edge of our universe. Imagine the other worlds that might exist, the other stories that might be told, the other dreams that might be dreamed. The multiverse is not just a theory, it is a gentle invitation to wonder, to hope, to believe that the universe is always larger than our understanding. The multiverse also asks us to be humble. It reminds us that our universe, for all its beauty and grandeur, may be only one of many. A single note in a cosmic symphony, a single petal in an endless garden. It invites us to celebrate the uniqueness of our own story, even as we dream of others. And so, as you rest, let the idea of the multiverse fill you with wonder, with curiosity, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The universe is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, are there edges beyond our own? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to look at the possibility of extra dimensions and higher realms. Could there be realities beyond our own, hidden in the folds of space and time? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. If the universe is expanding, What lies beyond? For centuries, this question has haunted the dreams of philosophers and scientists alike. In recent decades, a new and astonishing idea has emerged, a possibility so vast and strange that it stretches the imagination to its limits. This is the multiverse hypothesis, the notion that our universe, with its stars and galaxies, its laws and constants, is just one bubble in a cosmic sea of universes, each with its own story, its own rules, its own reality. Imagine, for a moment, that the universe you know, the stars, the galaxies, the cosmic horizon you have come to accept as the ultimate edge, is only one chapter in a much larger book. Imagine that beyond the soft, unreachable boundary of our own cosmos, there are other universes, each with its own beginning, its own fate, its own version of space and time. Some may be like ours, filled with galaxies and stars, while others may be utterly alien, with different laws of physics, different dimensions, different possibilities. The multiverse is not a single theory, but a family of ideas, each more wondrous than the last. Some scientists imagine a cosmic landscape where universes bud off like droplets from a wave, each one expanding, evolving, and perhaps fading away. Others picture a branching tree, where every choice, every quantum possibility, splits reality into new worlds, each one as real as our own. There are visions of infinite space, where universes are scattered like stars, each one forever out of reach, each one with its own horizon, its own edge. If the multiverse is real, then the edge of our universe is not the end, but a beginning, a doorway to other realities, other stories, other dreams. The unreachable beyond becomes a bridge, a gentle invitation to imagine what lies outside the boundaries of everything we know. But what would it mean to live in a multiverse? Would there be other versions of you, living other lives, making other choices? Would the laws of physics be the same, or would they shift and shimmer, creating worlds where light moves at a different speed, where gravity is stronger or weaker, where stars burn blue or never form at all? The possibilities are endless, the questions infinite, the wonder boundless. The multiverse is not just a scientific idea, it is a playground for the imagination. It is the ultimate what if, the grandest stage for curiosity. It asks us to consider that the universe is not a single solitary thing, but part of a vast, interconnected web of realities, each one as mysterious and beautiful as our own. Some theories suggest that new universes are born from the collapse of stars, or from the quantum foam at the smallest scales. Others propose that universes bud off from black holes, or that every choice, every possibility creates a new branch, a new world. In some visions, the multiverse is infinite, with universes popping into existence like bubbles in boiling water, each one expanding, colliding, merging, or drifting apart. But if there are other universes, can we ever reach them? Can we ever see their edges, touch their shores, hear their stories? The answer for now is no. The multiverse, if it exists, is hidden beyond the ultimate horizon, forever out of reach. The light from other universes cannot cross the gulf, cannot slip through the fabric of space and time. Their stories are their own, their edges forever separate from ours. Yet for all its distance, the multiverse is a comfort. It means that the universe is never finished, never complete, never closed. There is always more to discover, more to imagine, more to love. The edge is not a barrier, but a promise. A gentle assurance that the journey never truly ends, that the story is always unfolding, that the next horizon is always waiting. As you lie here, let your thoughts drift beyond the edge of our universe. Imagine the other worlds that might exist, the other stories that might be told, the other dreams that might be dreamed. The multiverse is not just a theory, it is a gentle invitation to wonder, to hope, to believe that the universe is always larger than our understanding. The multiverse also asks us to be humble. It reminds us that our universe, for all its beauty and grandeur, may be only one of many. A single note in a cosmic symphony, a single petal in an endless garden. It invites us to celebrate the uniqueness of our own story, even as we dream of others. And so, as you rest, let the idea of the multiverse fill you with wonder, with curiosity, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The universe is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, are there edges beyond our own? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to look at the possibility of extra dimensions and higher realms. Could there be realities beyond our own, hidden in the folds of space and time? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. Imagine for a moment that you could look back through time itself, not just years or centuries, but billions of years, back to the very dawn of the universe. What would you see? You would not find stars or galaxies, not at first. Instead, you would find a universe filled with light, a gentle, ancient glow that has been traveling across space and time for nearly 14 billion years. This is the cosmic microwave background, or CMB, the oldest light in the universe, a faint afterglow, from the moment when everything changed. The story of the CMB begins in a universe that was hot, dense, and filled with energy. In those first moments after the Big Bang, the cosmos was a glowing soup of particles and light, so thick that photons, the particles of light, could not travel far before being scattered by electrons and protons. The universe was opaque, like the inside of a cloud, with light bouncing endlessly in every direction. But as the universe expanded, it cooled. About 380,000 years after the Big Bang, the temperature dropped enough for electrons and protons to combine and form neutral atoms. Suddenly, the fog lifted. Light was free to travel, to stretch its wings, to begin a journey that would last for billions of years. The universe became transparent, and the first light, the CMB, began its long voyage. Today, that ancient light fills the entire sky. It is not bright, not visible to the naked eye, but it is everywhere. A soft, uniform glow that can be detected with sensitive radio telescopes. The CMB is a snapshot of the universe as it was in its infancy. A baby picture, frozen in time, carrying the imprint of the first moments of creation. But the CMB is more than just a relic. It is a treasure map filled with clues about the universe's shape, age, and destiny. Tiny ripples in the CMB, minute variations in temperature and density, are the seeds from which galaxies and stars would eventually grow. By studying these patterns, scientists can measure the universe's expansion, its composition, and even its geometry. The CMB tells us that the universe is astonishingly flat, that it is filled with dark matter and dark energy, and that it began in a moment of extraordinary simplicity and beauty. The discovery of the CMB was a turning point in cosmology. In 1965, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, two radio astronomers, stumbled upon a faint, persistent hiss in their antenna, a noise that came from every direction at all times of day and night. They had discovered the echo of the Big Bang, the gentle whisper of the universe's birth. Their finding confirmed the theory of cosmic expansion and opened a new window onto the past. But the CMB is also a horizon, a limit to how far we can see, how far we can know. Beyond the CMB, the universe is hidden, its earliest moments forever, out of reach. The light from before that time is lost, scattered, absorbed, transformed. The CMB is the edge of our cosmic vision, the farthest shore of the observable universe. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the journey of a single photon from the CMB. Born in the fire of creation, it has traveled for billions of years, crossing the expanding universe, dodging galaxies and stars, slipping through the darkness, until at last it reaches your eye, your mind, your wonder. You are connected to the beginning, to the first light, to the story of everything. The CMB is also a gentle reminder that the universe is always changing, always growing, always becoming. The light we see today is not the same as it was when it began. It has been stretched by the expansion of space. Its wavelength lengthened, its energy faded. What began as a brilliant blaze now arrives as a faint microwave glow, a memory, a message, a promise. Tonight, as you rest, let the story of the CMB fill you with awe, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being part of something vast and beautiful. The universe is always unfolding, always inviting you to look deeper, to dream farther, to wonder more. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the light of the past, the gentle glow of beginnings, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. And so, as you lie here, let the CMB be your lullaby, a song from the dawn of time, a melody that carries you across the ages, a gentle reminder that you are part of the universe's story. The next step in our adventure is to explore the force that shapes the universe's fate, dark energy, and the ever-accelerating expansion of the cosmos. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. There is a force in the universe so subtle, so mysterious, that it cannot be seen or touched, yet it shapes the fate of everything. It is the silent hand that pushes galaxies apart, the gentle breath that stretches the fabric of space. The reason the universe's expansion is not slowing down, but speeding up. This is dark energy, the most elusive ingredient in the cosmic recipe, and perhaps the greatest mystery in all of science. For most of human history, it was assumed that gravity, the force that pulls apples to the ground and keeps planets in orbit, would eventually slow the expansion of the universe. Maybe if there was enough matter, gravity would even reverse the expansion, pulling everything back together in a big crunch. But in the late 1990s, astronomers made a discovery that changed everything. By observing distant supernovae, exploding stars that serve as cosmic mileposts, they found that the universe's expansion is accelerating. Galaxies are not just drifting apart, they are racing away from each other faster and faster, as if some invisible energy is pushing them outward. This energy, dubbed dark energy, makes up nearly 70% of the universe. Yet we know almost nothing about it. It does not shine, does not clump, does not interact with light or matter in any way we can easily detect. Its presence is inferred only from its effects, the way it stretches space, the way it shapes the destiny of the cosmos. Some scientists think dark energy is a property of space itself, a cosmological constant that Einstein once imagined, then abandoned, only to have it return as the universe's greatest riddle. Others believe it may be a new field, a new force, a new chapter in the story of physics. What does dark energy mean for the fate of the universe? If it remains constant, the cosmos will expand forever, growing colder and emptier with each passing eon. Galaxies will drift beyond the horizon, their light lost to us, their stories untold. Stars will burn out, planets will freeze, and the universe will end in a big freeze, a silent, endless night where time itself seems to slow. But if dark energy grows stronger, the expansion will accelerate even more, tearing galaxies, stars, even atoms apart, in a final cosmic rift, the so-called Big Rip. In this scenario, the universe ends not with a whimper, but with a shattering, as the very fabric of space and time is pulled apart. If, on the other hand, dark energy fades or reverses, gravity could regain its hold, slowing the expansion and eventually causing the universe to collapse in a fiery big crunch. Everything would come together in a final moment, a mirror image of the Big Bang, a cosmic heartbeat that pulses between creation and destruction. The truth is, we do not know what dark energy is or what it will do. It is a gentle reminder that the universe is always larger than our understanding, always more mysterious than our knowledge, always more beautiful than our imagination. It is a call to explore, to question, to dream. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the universe as a vast, expanding ocean, with galaxies as ships drifting ever farther apart. Picture the gentle push of dark energy, the silent force that shapes the destiny of everything. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the promise of discovery, the gentle glow of possibility, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. Dark energy also shapes our sense of beyond. If the universe is expanding faster and faster, there are regions of space that are forever beyond our reach, their light lost to us, their stories hidden behind the cosmic horizon. The edge is always moving, always receding, always inviting us to follow, to ask, to imagine. Tonight, as you rest, let the mystery of dark energy fill you with wonder, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of not knowing. The cosmos is vast, but your place within it is precious. The edge is always moving, always inviting, always waiting for you to ask, what is the fate of everything? And in that question, the journey continues. The next step in our adventure is to look back to the very beginning, to the Big Bang, and to the question of what, if anything, came before. What does it mean for the universe to have a beginning? Is there a before the beginning, or is time itself a property of the universe with no meaning outside it? The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling. To understand what lies beyond the expanding universe, we must journey back to its very beginning, a moment so profound, so mysterious, that it marks the birth of space, time, and everything we know. This is the story of the Big Bang, the cosmic dawn when the universe burst into being from a state of unimaginable density and heat. But what does it mean for the universe to have a beginning? And what, if anything, came before? The Big Bang is not an explosion in space. It is the expansion of space itself. Imagine the universe as a tiny, hot, dense point, smaller than an atom, yet containing all the energy and potential of everything that would ever exist. In an instant, this point began to expand, cooling and stretching, creating space and time. As it grew, there was no outside for the universe to expand into. The universe was and is all there is. The expansion was everywhere at once, a gentle unfolding of the cosmic fabric. In the first moments after the Big Bang, the universe was a seething sea of particles and energy. Quarks and electrons danced in the heat, colliding and combining, forming the building blocks of matter. As the universe cooled, protons and neutrons formed, then atoms, then clouds of gas. Gravity pulled these clouds together, igniting the first stars, lighting the darkness, beginning the long journey toward galaxies, planets, and life. But what about before the Big Bang? This is a question that stretches the limits of science and imagination. In our everyday experience, every event has a cause, every moment follows another. But the Big Bang is not just the beginning of matter and energy, it is the beginning of time itself. Asking what came before the Big Bang is like asking what is north of the North Pole or what happens before the first page of a book. Time, as we know it, did not exist before the Big Bang. The universe is not expanding into a pre-existing space. It is creating space as it expands. Yet, some theories suggest that the Big Bang may not be the absolute beginning. In the quantum world, where uncertainty reigns and particles can pop in and out of existence, it is possible that our universe emerged from a quantum fluctuation, a tiny, random event in a larger multiverse. In this view, the Big Bang is just one of many beginnings, one bubble in a cosmic foam, one story among countless others. Other theories imagine a cyclic universe, where expansion and contraction alternate in an endless rhythm, a cosmic heartbeat that pulses between creation and destruction. In this view, the Big Bang is not the first beginning, but one of many, a moment in an eternal dance of birth and rebirth. Still, others suggest that the universe has no beginning or end, but is infinite in both directions. A timeless reality where the Big Bang is simply a transition, a change in the state of the cosmos. In this view, before and after lose their meaning, and the universe is always becoming, always unfolding, always new. The truth is, we do not know what came before the Big Bang, or if the question even makes sense. The laws of physics, as we understand them, break down at the moment of creation. Time and space themselves are born in the fire of the Big Bang, and what lies beyond is hidden behind a veil of mystery. But the mystery is not a failure. It is an invitation. It is a gentle reminder that the universe is always larger than our understanding, always more mysterious than our knowledge, always more beautiful than our imagination. It is a call to explore, to question, to dream. As you lie here, let yourself imagine the birth of the universe. Picture the first light, the first atoms, the first stars. Imagine the expansion of space, the cooling of the cosmos, The long journey, from simplicity to complexity, from chaos to order, from darkness to light. The night sky is never truly dark, for it is alive with the memory of beginnings, the gentle glow of creation, the quiet hope that every question is a doorway, every mystery an invitation, every answer a beginning. The story of the Big Bang is also the story of you. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of stars, scattered across the galaxy, gathered into clouds, born again in new suns and planets. You are, quite literally, made of stardust, an echo of the universe's endless cycle of creation and renewal. Tonight, as you rest, let the story of the Big Bang fill you with awe, with gratitude, with the quiet joy of being part of something vast and beautiful. The universe is always unfolding, always inviting you to look deeper, to dream farther, to wonder more. The next step in our adventure is to explore the philosophical edges, the limits of knowledge, the boundaries of imagination, the places where science meets wonder and questions become dreams. The universe is waiting, and the next horizon is calling.